Hello and welcome to my feedback video for SIGIL version 1.1. The reason I'm making this video is because version 1.2 is in development right now, and I think this is a really good opportunity to give my thoughts. This is basically just my wish list for the purpose of smoothing out some of the ridiculous difficulty bumps that you especially experience during a nightmare run with the pistol start. If these changes do happen, then nightmare mode will become a lot more viable. I'm going to make some small ideas here. So let's start off. Level 1 is fine, level 2 is fine, level 3. Here's what I'd do. Okay, starting off, it's a bit annoying because you only have the pistol. Let's find the start. Here it is. So as you only start off with a pistol, here's what I'd do. Move this all the way up. And move the chain gun from here to here. And also get rid of the tag. Oops. There. So that when you play it, start off with the chain gun right away. So you don't have to do any, you don't have to fight these with the pistol. Another thing I'd do here, these enemies, when you're making your way through here, these enemies are just a bit too much in my opinion. They don't need to be there. They just make it really inconsistent to get to the red door. And if they weren't there, it'd make a really big difference. So let's delete them. And now, when you're playing on Nightmare, you can hide here. The Baron will approach you and you can run past him. The Cacodemons in here are deaf, so they can't hear you. So you just be able to run straight through clearly. So that's my feedback for level 3. Oh yes, another thing I'd do is I'd remove this Cacodemon. Because of once you actually finally reach the exit, wherever that is. Here it is. So once you actually reach the exit, you can get past the Baron, and you can get blocked by a Cacodemon if you're unlucky, and I don't think luck should have to be that much of a factor just to exit the level. You shouldn't have to redo the entire level just because of that Cacodemon. Okay, let's move on to level... Okay, level 4 is fine. So it's actually my favourite level. It's really difficult on Nightmare, but it feels as if it's just skill-based, so it's not much luck involved. You just have to play it really well. Okay, here's where I have a big issue with level 5. I have a big problem with this level. So first off, there's no chain gun in this level, and it desperately needs one. And this secret is rubbish. Cells and a stim pack. How about we make this a chain gun? And you make this some ammo. There. So here's what it looks like now. So you start off right in here, and now you're armed, and now you can start playing properly. Another thing I would really definitely do is this stim pack here, I'd replace it with a supercharge. So there. The reason why is because by the time you get here, after fighting all those lost souls, you probably will have barely any health. And if you manage to hold on to your health by playing super carefully, you deserve some health because you just got through all that. And now you have to come here and fight all of these. In fact, I'll delete this shotgunner because once you finally get here, how do you fight? How do you fight this encounter? So you come in here, you shoot this shotgunner, and then you get shot by the other shotgunner. Or you shoot this shotgunner and get shot by the other shotgunner. So how about just have one shotgunner so that you shoot him and have to dodge all these projectiles, which is completely unmanageable. But having two shotgunners there is a bit overkill. Oh, another thing I'd add would be definitely a line here and make it block monsters. Because of where that is it's right here. So if monsters are blocked here, it means that you can always consistently go across here. Because right now it's a bit inconsistent because an enemy can easily just wander in and kill your run. So that's another thing I'd do. Another thing I would do personally is, okay, let's go to the yellow key area. No, yellow key door. Okay, so you take out this guy, and now you have to fight this pinky. What does this pinky do? Force you to run backwards. What happens when you run backwards? You get blocked by this object. You can't even see it until it's too late. You have no idea what's blocking you. So I definitely just get rid of that. Like, that's a minor thing, but I think it'd make the level play a bit smoother if you just got rid of it. Another thing I'd do is every enemy here in this area, I would just straight up remove. The reason why, hang on, they're the wrong enemies. The reason why I straight up remove these enemies is because when you're playing on Nightmare and everything's just spawning, it shouldn't just be a complete gamble coin toss if something just spawns in front of you while you're shooting rockets here, because that's the strategy you have to do to get through the section. You have to shoot rockets here, and at any point, any of these could respawn and completely ruin you. So removing them it would make this area a nice safe spot. It wouldn't make the level easier on Ultra Violence, in my opinion, because how to clear this area out is just fire 3 rockets and it's clear, or just hold back and then fire the shotgun for a while. And it's not difficult on Ultra Violence, so why not streamline it? Why not just get rid of it? Another thing I'd do, once you get through here, it's just luck again. Another luck-based section. The reason why it's luck-based is because of the shotgunners. They can easily just shoot you and knock you off course. So how about we just get rid of all the shotgunners here as well? So there. With those changes, okay, so the changes we've made is we've added a chain gun to the start. At the blue key teleport exit, we've added a supercharge, removed all enemies in this room, and removed all the shotgunners from this room. I think this will make this level a lot more viable to be played on Nightmare. It will still be extremely difficult, but at least it'll be more fair, because right now it's borderline impossible in my opinion, and it doesn't need to be. Just with these changes, it will become quite a good level. Okay, let's move on. So level 6 is really fun. It's a great fun level. Then straight on to level 9 again. That's really fun. How I managed to beat it on Nightmare was to hit these switches through this wall. And don't fix it, please. Leave it as it is. Because if I couldn't do that, then what I'd have to do is to get this secret, come all the way around again. So that's the second time I've had to fight the Cyber Demon, and then somehow have enough health to deal with everything here. So either leave it as it is, don't touch it, or add a supercharge in here, in this secret, to make it actually worth it. Because right now there's only a medkit and a light amp, which honestly is quite useless. Medkit's helpful, but I'd prefer supercharge. But either leave this map as it is, don't touch these, or make that a supercharge. And put some armor in the level as well. Should have some armor somewhere. Like, this could be a mega armor. It would make the secret really good, but it would make the level a lot easier. Probably fine as it is. So let's move from the secret level to level 7. Okay, only a few changes I'll do with this level. So let's find where we are. Okay, here we go. This secret here, you go up here and you go around here. And what do you get? Useless item, because there's no rocket launcher in this level. So why not make this item into something that the level is lacking? Something useful, like a chain gun. That would make this secret actually useful to go to. Because right now it's just, the only reason to go for it is just to make the end counter say 100% secrets. That's it. There's no reason to go here. But with a chain gun, it'll be very useful. And another thing I'll do a couple more things. This imp needs to go, because how you fight him is, there's no free look in Doom, so you just have to know he's there and try and fire him from here while a bunch of things are hitting you from over here. Or you can just spend 40 cells on BFGing the whole area. But I think it would just be much better just to delete him. Another thing I do, instead of having 2 barons, that is so overkill, I just have 1 baron. I think that's plenty. Another thing I'd do is I'd make this a tiny bit thicker, just a tiny bit, because of I actually managed to fall down. I think it's because I was using mouse movement, a bit of mouse movement, and I managed to slide down the little gap, and I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that, so that would fix that problem. But other than that, this level is really fun and really good. So making the ending a little bit silly by having 1 baron instead of 2 will make the ending more consistent instead of like essentially gambling it. Because if you try to fight the barons by hiding here, you're at mercy of RNG, because if the Cacodemon respawns, you're done for. If any of these respawn, you get blocked and you're done for again. So just having 1 baron just to let you get on with the level, that would be fantastic. So yeah, that's it. That's my feedback for SIGIL. So I really do hope that these changes do get at least acknowledged, because if these changes happen, then SIGIL will become really viable to be played on Nightmare. Because right now some of the levels are a bit too crazy, and these changes will make ultra-violence feel pretty much the same, maybe a bit more fair, especially on level 5 with that additional supercharge. But I don't mean to make SIGIL easier necessarily, but to make it a bit more balanced, because I do appreciate how difficult it is. Especially considering I've beaten every level on Nightmare with 100% secrets, only using saves on level 5 because that one was too crazy. So I really do appreciate why it's difficult and how it's difficult. But in some ways, how it's difficult, I disagree with. And with just these small changes, I think SIGIL would be a really blast to play on Nightmare instead of a nightmare. So I really hope John Romero or someone who knows him is watching and considers these changes for version 1.2. I hope that my changes don't mean that it's too different from the original release of 1.1 to the point where it'll be changing the game too much. I don't want it to be seen as making SIGIL actually easier, just a bit more fair. So with these changes, I think SIGIL will be even better than it really is. And again, thank you John Romero for making such a quality map pack. Thanks for watching.